Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Last time out, we started a journey from, well, I started a journey, but if you were there, you also started it with me from, where was I? Duisburg in Germany, and we were heading towards Malmo, carrying some fragile, important, doubly articulated, dangerous medical vaccines, or trailer full of them, as you can see right behind me. We are about to arrive in Bremen, or near Bremen, so we still have a ways to go, but in this video I shall be completing the journey from wherever we are right now over to Malmo in Sweden, so make sure you stay tuned. I would say let's get started, but well, as you can see, I am already started. Where on earth are we? Welcome to, Bremen. There you go. That is where we are. So let's get started, or let's continue on the journey. Now, since this is going to be a bit of an evening journey, I'm not entirely certain how, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely certain how long this is going to be, but since this is an evening journey, it is, what, 9:15 in the evening at this point in time, so I'm just we're just going to have to enjoy traffic on the roads at night. This is very strange for ETS2. I've not generally seen this, where there's a whole bunch of traffic even at this hour. It is great. It looks like this is an autobahn and they have just cleared the speed limit, but of course for a lorry I assume the speed limit remains 50, and honestly with the amount of traffic that I can see, I think that this speed limit is probably the safest speed I can be doing. Yes. Now, I'm thinking that this video should take about half an hour to 40 minutes at most, but I'm not entirely certain. I would pull over at the service station, but I'm also uncertain as to whether this is going to be too difficult for me to get back on the autobahn, owing to the fact that A, new traffic mods, and B, for Europe I'm sitting on the wrong side, so looking at that mirror there is always a bit of a difficulty. And with the amount of traffic around, it could be a problem. I am surprised with the amount of traffic and the fact that it is flowing smoothly. That being said, this is Germany, and I've always said that when it comes to Germany, the traffic is always seemingly better, which I suppose is just the way of the Germans. Is that lane opening up or closing? Because at the moment it's still a slip road. Closing. So hopefully everybody is having a great, whatever day this is coming out on, Friday. Yes, I try to release this on Fridays, don't I? I forgot I had a red interior light. And the reason I have a red interior light on this is because red is at the lowest end of the spectrum when it comes to wavelength and frequency, and with that you end up being able to adapt to the darkness faster than you would with any other colour light. So that is why I use red lights. It's also, if you ever do any stargazing, or even just being out during the night, you will find that if you look at a map or anything with red light and less blue light, you will that was really nice of that person. With red light and less blue light, you will find that you are able to then look at other things a lot better. And this is why I have a problem with LED lights, because LED lights, at least in the UK, in many places, they've decided, whoever has decided this, council, government, whatever, in their infinitely dim wisdom, they have decided that white lights are the way to go. And I do not mean off-white lights or anything. White lights, so it's almost pure white, which means it contains a lot of blue light. They are bright, they are dazzling, they did not reduce the light pollution the way they thought it would, or someone told them it would. I have no idea exactly what happened there. So it did not reduce the light pollution, but instead caused all sorts of issues. And it really has not been very nice whatsoever. Other places, there are other places in the UK, certain counties, certain places, or certain roads, certainly, I've noticed this on the motorway actually, where they do use off-white, and it is so much better. Nowhere near as good as the older, more orangey lights, or certainly the more yellowy lights as well. They were the best because you've got a lot more of the wavelength in the red area, a lot less towards the blue, so your eyes can adapt to both the light and then subsequently back into the darkness very, very quickly. Similar in colour to these. So these are the colour of lights that I'm talking about. These are good colour lights. Excellent. These are not. And this is terrible. And you will notice at night time, for those of you who drive or anything like that, you will notice that this is a problem. Yes, these colour lights are no good. But the colour lights that I have on my truck, they're fine. The red, of course, for interior is great. You do not want red lights on the road. In fact, I think there's a trial that has gone on in one of the counties in England, going towards West Country or West Midlands. So it's either Worcestershire or Gloucestershire. Worcestershire or Gloucestershire. They've changed a stretch of road. They've changed the lights to entirely red, which honestly is quite strange. I have not yet experienced this road, but they have changed it to red, and the reason for that is actually to help animals, because at night animals are having difficulty with the bright LED lights. Shockingly, when they were doing consultations for this, they didn't take that into account, clearly. So yes, they've changed them to red, or I think almost completely red. It looks really strange. I've seen pictures. It does look really strange. But drivers have reported that it hasn't had any negative impact on their driving and their visibility. And it shouldn't. In fact, in my opinion, it should have a positive impact on it, because you can now see a lot better as soon as the lights disappear or your light levels change, you can actually see a lot better. So I think that is a good thing. I think all lights around the UK need to go back away from these white LED lights and go back to off-white, if they're keeping LED lights, off-white lights, or something like that, like they have on certain motorways and certain junctions. And if I remember correctly, there has been some research done a couple of years ago which has found a way to make very energy efficient incandescent lighting, which is a little bit, I suppose, a little bit of a shame, because they changed everything to LED lights and suddenly we have incandescent lighting that is even better. So that is, yes, something that needs to be perhaps looked into by the government, but of course probably won't be, because it is expensive and governments have little to no money these days. Right, heading into the docks, I assume. So yes, just a little bit about lighting and why I specifically chose the red. In fact, in cars you will also see this quite often. Especially, I'm not sure about all the modern cars, but a lot of cars have red point lights. So not your map lights or anything like that, but your point lighting. So the lights that are on in the car all the time whilst the car is switched off. Particularly German cars. I've noticed this in Volkswagen and Audi, and I think I've noticed it in BMW as well, that they have this point lighting which just lights up certain areas like the center console or whatever, and they are red. And this is the reason why, I think, because, and don't quote me, it could have just been because they looked at it and went, red good, red good, blue bad, or, you know, it matched the colours that they had at the time. But the red really does help, because you can look around and, you know, your displays are white and they're not too bad, but your needles are red, just like they have here, and you've got red needles, and you've got red, can I go straight through this? Yes. And you've got this red point lighting in certain areas, so that you can see bits that are not, I should have gone that way, shouldn't I? So that you can see bits that are not, am I going to fit through this gap? I think so. Yes. That are not lit up properly, or lit up with lights. And it really is quite good. Let's go ahead and jump over. This has actually been a much shorter episode so far. I mean, I still have that bit left to go. So there is that. From a place called Putty Garden is where I was going. Interesting. Right. Into... Wait, where are we? Sweden or Denmark right now? I think we have taken it to Sweden. Okay. Which way am I going? Because I am confused. It's this way. There we are. So there we go. A little bit of science about light and the impact of light on your eyes. Personally, and this is now with no scientific evidence, the whole blue light thing, where it says blue light in general keeps you awake or something, I'm not 100% sold on that. I think it does have an impact, but I'm not 100% sold on. I'm not sold on the impact that it has. It's a good use of the roundabout for everybody there. Do I take this lane? Possibly. I'll take it for now. So yes, blue light could be very bad for you. But I'm also not entirely certain. But I know it does have an impact on how your lights or your eyes adjust to the dark. And I'm saying this not just because I'm saying it, but I've experienced this, I've seen it, and certainly when doing things like astrophysics or astronomy or anything like that, and you're looking at the night sky, and then you look at something with white lights and then back into the darkness, it's much harder for your eyes to adapt than it is. So exactly this. Bright light, bright light, bright light, bright light, darkness. If I was looking at this in VR or OLED screen, my eyes would be taking time to adapt to the darkness once again. Whereas with a different one, it wouldn't be quite as severe with a different kind of light. There we go. Bit of a science lesson. All right. I'm not entirely certain where the police car was, unless that was the police car. Or was that just someone broken down and has put a high vis on because they are smart and they are trying to be safe? Could be a thing. Not entirely certain. I think this episode, because it has been in the dark, what I'm probably going to do is have the screenshot being something from the inside. Although I am now looking at this particular bridge and thinking to myself, could this bridge be a source of light? No, an inside, I think an inside one will be fine. A screenshot, a thumbnail from the inside. It is weird to know that I've played Euro Truck Simulator 2 for how many years? When did I first purchase Euro Truck Simulator 2? I remember getting it in disc form. I still have the DVD. And it was who was the publisher? Can't remember who has published it. Was it XCal Publishing? XL Publishing? I don't know. And it was Euro Truck Simulator 2 Gold, so it had the Scandinavia DLC with it. And I think it was 2000 and... when was it? 2013? Maybe? Now, the majority of what I've played in ECS2 has been for YouTube. In fact, the majority of games that I play and that you see, or that I ever talk about, it's all to do with YouTube. Very rarely do I play a game outside of this, which I really should try and do, but time is very much of the essence with the things that I do and how busy I get, so I do not often get time. I'm trying to play a little bit of PlayStation now and then. Maybe try and get back into Gran Turismo 7 just to wait, am I changing lanes? I think I am. Yes. I did not need to change lanes because this is a proper slip road. So I'll try and get back in this lane like that. There we go. To try and get a few of the trophies done, and just I paid for the title. I should probably buy said title. That really needed a warning far earlier. My actual warning that something wasn't quite right was this lorry turning back. That was my actual warning that something wasn't quite right. The flares on that were pretty good. this time I do need to stay in this lane. So yes, I paid for the title. So, right. Time to enter Sweden. Goodbye, Denmark. Hello, Sweden. Oh yes, I did fail to mention, I did realise we were in Denmark a moment ago. So when I said, are we in Sweden or Denmark? Oh, sorry, are we in Sweden? And then I said, I'm not sure. I did realise very quickly we were in Denmark. I only just remembered because I saw a sign that said last exit in Denmark. The landing lights on that aircraft are a bit interesting, to say the least. A tunnel with much better lights coming up. They're very bright. Of course, brightness is a thing, but much better. I have noticed that inside, this is all very dim. I'm wondering, is there something that I can do to brighten these up a little? My displays in the light? Or is that just how it is? Nope, that was the wrong gear. 5L will be the gear of choice. Please do not make me reverse this. That is the one thing that I am going to really struggle to do. There was a bridge, so I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video, but I was trying to figure out, is there not a bridge I can cross somewhere instead of taking the ferry? So it's a ferry that takes you 45 minutes across and then a bridge, toll booth coming up. Which one is open? This one will do. Thank you. Much appreciated. Right, Malmo. Right here. Do I have to do this? I do. And then do not turn off on the first one because we want to turn in and go on the opposite side. So it's this one. Malmo Center. Round we go. Eddie Stobart. Who actually passed away? Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh no, that was on the other lane. Eddie Stobart, who passed away in November. So, yes. I think he was 95 years old, Eddie Stobart was. Of course, I think his children were running the company and then they sold it to Kalina, which is just not great, but there we have it. I have no idea what that means. If it was something important. Oops. Okay, and we are here. I need to probably change lane. Now, why have you done that? Thank you. What was I saying before talking about Eddie Stobart? I have no idea. Okay, here comes a difficult bit. I'm doing shockingly well here. I'm quite surprised, and our destination is right there. Where do I turn in for it? Right here. Please do not have me reversing this. It's at the back. Okay. It isn't a reverse. Good. Good, good, good. I may have to end up reversing it anyway. Now we should be alright if I just bring it right over, like so, and then straighten this up. Just wait for the green marks. That's the green mark. I'm just going to check how this is actually parked in. Oh, actually, it's almost perfect. It isn't quite perfect, but it is almost perfect, and unfortunately, that is going to have to be it. That, and go ahead. Oh, the holocron does glow. That was really important. And that is the end of that job. 98,000, that wasn't too bad. I need to try and get a lot more of this. I need to make more XP somehow. Maybe I should get a mod that does like 10 times XP. Not sure. Mind you, that being said, I think I've got everything I need. So perhaps more XP isn't necessarily what I want. I've got the money. I don't need to hire crew or anything like that. I've got the amount of money that I need. Everything is working fine. So yes, shall we just continue? We're not going to do a check of what we have from in the current company. I'm just going to check what we have in Malmo, because we've got all these areas to explore. I think we should do an exploration of Finland and Norway and Sweden. I think that would be quite interesting. And of course, now we have Greece and Cyprus and all of this area. Turkey, which apparently has nothing. Is there nothing in Turkey? Georgia. Honestly, I do not even recognise that language. That language is completely unfamiliar to me. Malta. There's one place we can go in Malta. We can go all the way down to Malaga. So where's Gibraltar? Can we not go down to Gibraltar? Is that supposed to be down here somewhere? Okay, well, I guess not. Fine, not a problem. Let's just have a look at what the best offers are. So there's one over in Spain, which is quite good. This one's quite good as well, in A Coruña to Scenes. Scenes, which actually, if I did jump over to that would unlock another town in Portugal. And I did say I was trying to unlock everything in Portugal. That would leave 1, 2, 3 to go. So that might be... Oh, expires in 51 minutes. Never mind. Should have read that. This one isn't too bad, around Poland. Another one there. Okay, let's just have a look at what's around this area though. Malmo. So we've got that one going to the Netherlands. Sweden, now that could be a good one. Yes, I think that will be a good one, because we'll unlock 2 towns along the way, perhaps 3, starting with Helsingborg. Might do that. Might do that one, and by the time I get it and start the journey, it will be daytime, so that will be a pretty good one to run. So that might be the next video. Let's go explore a little bit of Sweden and see what we can find. There isn't anything else really. I mean, that could be another one we could do, but I think if I did that one and then there's a road, I can just about see a road that goes through. So we'd go up here to Karlstad, and then we could take the road across if we needed to go up to Oslo, and then from Oslo go up, do some Olympics, Winter Olympics, go over to Lillehammer, do some Winter Olympics. And then we've got all of this that still needs to be explored. There is a lot here up in the fjords. There is a lot up in the fjords. So that would be interesting too. And then of course we've got all of Finland over here to have a look at too. This area looks all empty. I'm sure there are probably bits in this area. Probably a mountainous region. But still, I'm sure there are bits to transfer things to. Nevertheless, there's plenty going on. I've explored 15.84% of the world map. That just shows, and you can see you can see where I have done this. I'm not sure where I've picked this sort of up from. Somebody must say it, and I've picked it up and it's really bad. I should say sort of when I mean sort of. You can see it. Yes. There is a lot to explore, especially all of this area here. That could probably get me a lot of exploration done. This area, perhaps not so much. This area might get me a lot too. Estonia, Latvia, that sort of area. And this area, maybe Italy does not have so much. I can go up into this area, this like Sicily and that area. Maybe run around that. Not too much in Spain to explore. I think the majority is around here, the Alps, going around the Alps. You can see the twisty roads. That would be good. This area, as I said, and I think this... Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I think I'll try and take a journey up to Karlstad next, see if I can make my way over to Finland somehow, and explore a whole bunch of Finland, and slowly make my way down, back through Estonia, Latvia, all the way back into Poland, and then see where we go from there. Czech Republic, etc. That looks like the plan. And I still have a couple of places in Northern Ireland to have a look at. Still haven't done everything there either. Dearie me, there is a lot to explore. But for now, I'm going to end this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below, let me know what you think, any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2.